Hello everyone, this is Prashant Bandari. Welcome to my channel Simple Dev Codebase. Today we are going to solve a very famous LeetCode question, contains duplicate, for which we are given an integer array nums and we have to return true if there are any duplicates in the array or any value appears more than once, and if that's not the case then we have to return false. As you can see, we have an example as well. We have an input array inside which we can see there's a duplicate element 1, and that's why the output is also true in here. For brute force, we are going to check every element with each element in the array, and it can be implemented by this logic, where we run a for loop from I is equals to 0 to n, and inside it we run another for loop from I plus 1 to n minus 1. Then we compare the elements at I index and j index. If they are equal, then we return true, and if they are not equal, after the for loop ends, we return false. And since we are running two for loops as nested loops, the time complexity will be n square at first condition. And this is the actual code for the brute force method. Now we are going to look at the optimal solution, where we are going to use a HashSet data structure, because it stores only unique elements, which means that there will be no duplicates, and it also allows for constant time operation. Now there are two methods to solve this problem using HashSet. First we put all the elements inside the set, and then we compare the size of the set with the length of the array. Now another method is, before we actually insert the element inside the set, we check if the element is already present or not. If it's present, then we return true, and if it's not, then we insert the element inside the set. Now for the length comparison method, this is the logic where we insert every element inside the set using a for loop, and then we compare the size of the set with the length. If they are not equal, then we return true, and if they are equal, then we return false. For example, we've got an array here, and this is the representation for the hash set, and now we are going to run a for loop inside the array, and then we put every element inside the set. Starting off with the first element 1, we are going to put it inside hash set, then second element 2, we are also going to put it inside, and then third element 3. These are the unique elements that we have, and then when we put the 1 again, it's not going to store it because it only stores unique elements. So now we have got 3 elements inside the set, so we are going to compare the size of the set, which is 3, and length of the nums array, which is 4. Since they are not equal, we are going to return true. Now if we had another array of only unique elements such as this one, then we would have had to insert the 4 inside the hash set, then the size would have become 4, and 4 is equals to 4, then we will have to return false as well. Now for the logic of the inserting method, we are going to run a for loop for every element, then we are going to check if that element exists in the set or not. If it exists, then we are going to return true, and if it's not, then we are going to insert the element inside the set. If the for loop executes completely, then we are going to have to return false because there was no duplicate inside the array. Now we are going to do a dry run explanation with the array from the length comparison method. Starting off with the first element 1, we are going to check if it already exists in the set or not. It doesn't, so we are going to insert it inside the set. And then we are going to check for the second element 2. We check it's already exists. No, it doesn't, so we are going to insert it. Then we are going to check the third element. It also doesn't exist, so we are going to insert this one as well. Now we are going to go for the fourth element, which is 1. But when we check, it already exists, so we are going to have to return true. So the logic is this: the set contains 1, 2, 3, and set already includes 1. So when we try to insert it again, it will say that it already contains, and we will have to return true. Thank you for watching my video. If you have any feedbacks or complaints, please comment, and make sure to like, share and subscribe.